Okay, welcome back to Delicia Life and Travel. I'm Delicia, a lifestyle and travel vlogger in Gwangju, China. Also the CEO of Gwangju Liberia Shipping and Logistics Trading Limited. So let's talk about my trip to Hong Kong. Man, it was a beautiful experience. Very beautiful, very interesting. So let's talk about the visa application process first. Now, I used this agent that I've been knowing for a couple of years now, more than 8 years since I got his contact. I didn't use him before because at that time I was working with companies, so they were responsible for my visas. But I just had this contact on standby just in case because I heard of how reliable he was or he is. So I've been keeping the contact. Now I was about to go to Hong Kong and I'm like, you know what? Let me try this guy. So I reached out to him and we had a beautiful conversation. Now somebody would say, okay, but you read that why you can go to the Hong Kong embassy to go and do your own. When your time reaches, just go to the Hong Kong embassy or the embassy of Hong Kong here in China and go and apply to your application process. Back to the story. So I reached out to the agent and I told him, my interest. So he said, okay. And then he said, what is your bank statement like? Do you have enough money that has entered your account? Because that's something very major in the application of the visa. Are you a resident here? I said, yes, I have my business here, my company here. So, yep, I have a residence visa and a work permit. He said, okay, fine. And do you have like a house documents? I said, sure. So I presented the documents to him. He looked through them. He said, oh, this is good. He's like, I cannot guarantee, it's a 50-50 chance. So I cannot guarantee that everything will be smooth, but let's apply. So he did the application. He told us that we will get a response within 1 month time and it will come through email. So we did the application. We were waiting for this email. They said 1 month anyway. We had even forgotten, but I think the 3rd week we got an email and it told us that our visa application was successful. It was accepted and it was successful. They gave us double entry. Imagine. When we saw the information, we were like, is this real? Okay. We printed it out. We went to meet the agent. Matter of fact, we called the agent right away and we told him. He said, what? He said, Dala. He spoke the real LRB person. He said, Dala, you can get a visa. I'm like, what kind of man? So you're applying for and thinking we're not going to get a visa? So he's like, I want to see it. Can you come to my office? We said, sure. We already on our way. We are not too far from you. So we printed it out and we carried to him. They gave us double entry. So we went, we presented it to him. He saw it, like his mouth was just open. He was there, huh? How? We said it's the grace of God. He said, let me tell you something, huh? Let me tell you people something. He said there are many people who have applied recently. I did their application. People like millionaires have applied for this visa. People who are married, legally married, where you say, oh, I'm responsible enough, I got my partner, and we're going for this application process, everything. Like they had everything, but they were denied. How come you too? We say we are blessed by God. It's just God. So that's that. And then we started to plan our trip. We needed to go between July and October. But you know, we had so many clients online that we just couldn't just cut everything abruptly to leave. So we had to settle so many things that we had on our plate, on our calendar. And then we got in October. And now what? When I said I anything, Papa also, let's go, please. I told my partner, my husband, I said, let's go, please, let's go. He said, okay, you're the workaholic, so you're the boss. Anything you say, we move. So we planned the trip. We got the tickets. We decided to go by train. We didn't want to fly because, you know, the flying thing, especially we got options, especially with the fast, you know, the high-speed train. Like, let's go. It's just like an hour plus from here to Hong Kong. So we used the train. We went there. When we arrived, it's like everybody like, oh, entering Hong Kong is so difficult. You know, there's so many, they turn people down and so many things just all in the air. We got at the border. They just look at our passports. We passed through the Chinese, you know, China border first, and then we got to Hong Kong. When we arrived, we reached the immigration officer, took my passport, and she asked, how long are you planning to be in Hong Kong? I said, 7 days. She said, okay, do you have a hotel? I said, yes. And that was that. Just like that. God first. But that it. My English was English on me. And then we entered. Okay, it was beautiful. But man, the country is expensive. It's very expensive. Okay, book our ride, took us to our hotel. We had an amazing time. It was a beautiful experience. The atmosphere in Hong Kong is like you are on the run 24/7. Yes, it's like a busy place. You got to keep going. People just, the whole country just load everybody just chasing money. The people look like money. I'm not saying we're not chasing money here in China or in mainland, but I think we are more relaxed as compared to what I saw in Hong Kong. Like everybody just so fashionable, you know? They just look distinct, elegant. I was even laughing at my husband. There came a time the man just went full blast on me. I'm like, like different country can bring different mood in people, eh? Now, another thing that took me by surprise is the food. Oh my God. We went to this restaurant to eat. And we ordered some chicken, fried chicken wings, because I love chicken wings, rice, and we had some fries and burger. And then we took, you know, our drinks. Man, when they brought the bill, like $50 already. I said, how much food did we eat? How much food did we eat that we are about to pay 50 USD for it? Anyway, even our hotel room, for somebody who has lived in mainland China for so long, when we entered the hotel room, I'm like, oh, this hotel looks like $30 to $40 hotel, you know, room in China. But we were paying like 100 USD plus for that hotel room. It wasn't anything extra, but yeah, we were paying that amount. And we ate the food. We had no choice. We had to eat. And so forth, you know, even the transportation, moving from place to place, one place to another. Man, when your bill reaches you, Even though, yes, my husband did some research about how expensive the country is and how they are so mindful about waste materials. Look, let me give you people this fun. The man did his research and came and he told me, in Hong Kong, the people are very mindful with waste products and stuff. So when we are going, we need to carry our own towel, we need to carry our own toothbrushes, our own toothpaste, and he was right. We took all of those things, but the towel was provided to us though. Toothpaste, toothbrushes, we had to take ours. But one thing the man said that I was like, what are you saying? He said, we also need to take our own tissue with us. And then we are going for 1 week, right? And then the man asked me, are we taking 2 tissues or more? I'm like, babe, what's up? You planning to go and dump the whole of China over there? Yeah, but anyway, for that part, when we got there, we took our own tissue though. But when we got there, they offered us, tissue. We didn't even finish the 1 roll of tissue. I don't know why that man wanted to carry more than 2 tissues. Anyway, but they didn't give us napkin. I don't think they gave us napkin. But yes, there's just these little things. Just these little things. And they have warnings all over, to care for our environment, Please be mindful how you spill the water, you use the water. They don't even do the water bottle thing. Sometimes when you go to the hotel, how they have the complimentary water, we didn't have any. Everything that I'm explaining is when we got to the hotel. We didn't see any of those things. Some were provided, others were not. But we were already ready and prepared for it because my husband, the researcher, already prepared my mind for it. So yeah, it was a beautiful one. And it came a time he was like, you know what? I will eat noodles. I'm not eating any more $50 to $60 food anymore. He went downstairs. He bought the packs, the noodles in the pack, that you put the hot water on. He bought it and he's like, me and nobody, we are not going into that whole money, discussion thing or whatever. But it was a beautiful experience and I like the layout of the city or, the country. You have all of the buildings, they are vertical. So that's why it's even called the vertical city. They are all, vertical high-rise buildings. And it's not like it was anything surprising to me. It's just because that city is so congested. Like, it's so small. So everything just it looks so enormous over you, right? So it's almost like you're walking in this building might literally fall over you or something like that. But it's just a cool experience. It's not like I'm not seeing high-rise buildings here in mainland. I see them all of the time. China has so many. In fact, like everywhere you pass in China, you see high-rise buildings. There's just something different about the designs they have over there. Yeah, very, very cool. But it's cool. You need to get your own experience. And then to come back, the people were actually cool. We didn't have, I didn't really talk about the people, the interaction, but the people were actually cool. Almost everybody speaks English over there. Almost everybody you see speaks English. So coming back, when we got to the border, what was very interesting and beautiful for me was the immigration officer, right? Before you go to where they had a desk, they have where you have to fill up the immigration paper. So while we were filling that form up, 2 immigration officers walked to us. But the lady, she approached us and she asked for my passport. I gave it to her. Instead of the questions being like, what are you going to do in China? It was more like, what country's passport is this? I said, Liberia. Now in Chinese, you would say Liberia. So, I told her, but she just kept repeating it like, this is new to me. And then she asked about the geographical location. I said it's located in West Africa. I, told her like few countries that are surrounding us, bordering us. For some reason, it was just a marvel to her. Like she learned something new that day. And she told us, okay, you can go. But she kept repeating the country's name as we were leaving with a big smile on her face. I know, yeah, God, you're doing a thing for us, yeah. Preparing a way for us. So we got on the queue and we walked to the immigration to stamp our passports so we can enter China. And she looked at the passport. She said, this is an ordinary passport. I said, yep, ma'am. She flipped. I guess when she reached to the visa and she saw the kind of visa that I had, she just did bang, bang, bang. And we got in. I'm like, okay, Hong Kong, I see you. I'm coming right back here. I'm only going back there when I have a very, very good reason to go there, number one. Number two, when I have enough money to go there. Matter of fact, maybe when I'm only going for 3 days. I'm cutting it down, cut your coat according to your measurement. Now that I have an idea based on my own spending habit, at least I know how much to, budget to make my trip the next time that I want to go there. It's a beautiful place. It's a cool place. They have some real unique, beautiful sights to see. In my comment section, I was asked, do you need a visa to go to Hong Kong? Yes, you do. You do need a visa. A lot of people think that Hong Kong is part of China. So why should we say Hong Kong is a country? It's just like a city or a province in China. But no, it's a country all by itself. Okay, there may be one country, but they have two different systems. Everything that's going on in these two places, they are totally different. Totally different. So yes, you need a visa to go to Hong Kong. Especially for Liberian passport holders, you need a visa to go to Hong Kong. Unless, probably you are from a country that says, that gives you visa-free entry to Hong Kong, or maybe visa upon arrival to Hong Kong, then okay. But if you are from Liberia, you need a visa. So bye-bye. Go and have your Hong Kong trip. Go and have your experience and come and tell me how it felt, how it went with you. What was your experience? Yes, go and have it. I catch you. I can't wait to go back anyway.